Hey everybody, Patty Ann here. I've got a really cute project for you today. It has to do with the sea and the ocean and the fish. And actually this one's all about sea turtles. So join me down at my screen and let's get started. Okay, your super cute SVG is going to come in looking like this little green guy right here. Isn't he adorable? What a cute sea turtle. Anyway, he's ready to cut just like this if this is all you want to do. But I decided to put a little bit of text around mine. So there was this quote that I found online. And the quote that I found is attributed to Bill Copeland. So anyway, let's get started and let me show you how I did this. So I'm going to have to grab that turtle again. I accidentally got rid of him. So I'm going to upload him again, and here he is here. I'll just click on him and insert it. And then the next thing that I did was I just came over here and got him and made him larger. Whatever size you'd like him to be, depending on where he's going to go. If he's going to go on a shirt or something like that, you might like to have him about 8.5 or so inches wide. I'm just going to leave him this wide for right now. And I'm going to come over here to the shape tool and get a circle. And I'm going to bring the circle over here and make it larger than my sea turtle. And I'm going to right click on it and send it to the back so I can see how well that goes around my sea turtle. I want it pretty close to him, but not touching. That looks pretty good right there. So I'm going to use this circle to help me know how to put my text in here. So I think I'll make it a little bit smaller and then just zoom in using this button down here. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to say is, let's look over at our sample. Try to be like the turtle. So that's the first thing I'm going to say, and I'm just going to leave it as Cricut Sans. This is just as a demo, and you can change it to any text you like. But I'm going to come over here to the text tool and type in try to be like the turtle. Try to be like the turtle. I'm going to click off of it and then click back on, click back on it to move it up. And then I'm going to just come over here and I'm going to make it much smaller. See how I think that's going to fit. That might be a little bit too small, so make it a little larger. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. I'll try that and see how that works. So the next thing I'm going to do is just come up here to the curve tool and start curving that around my circle. And that looks pretty good right there already. Whoops. So if I want to, I could go to my text again and adjust this little thing. And actually, I think that turned out really well, just like that. Let's scroll out just a little bit so we can see it. Yeah, I like that a lot. Try to be like the turtle. And the other part says, happy in your own shell. So now I'm going to come to the text tool again, and type in happy in your own shell. And once again, I'll click off of it and then click back on to move it. And let's see. Move this out and move this over. All right, so I'm going to look here and see what size I made this text by clicking on it. And if I look right up here, I can see it's 44.22. Usually I just like to have it an even number, so I'm going to change that to 44 for the font size. And then I'm going to click on this one, and I'm going to make it the same, 44. So they'll match, and hit enter in my keyboard. All right, now all I have to do is bring this one down here. And I'm going to curve this one the opposite way. So I come up to the curve tool right here, click on it, and I'm going to move this to the left because it's going to curve it up the opposite way, just like that. And I think that turned out pretty well. I could roll it around if I want to a little bit and maybe move it in a little closer. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move the black circle out. I can just grab it to see how it looks. And I'm pretty happy with the way that looks right like that. So what I personally like to do is make it all just one color, but you could leave it as two colors like this if you'd like. But I'm going to highlight it all and then come up here and I'm just going to make it all black. Or I could make it all any color I want depending on what color of shirt I'm putting it on. And the other thing that I could do is take this circle again. Maybe I want to make this part out of flock, and I can make the circle out of some other kind of vinyl, even a pattern vinyl or something. And I'm going to put this behind again, and I'm going to change its color to make it blue, like he's swimming in the sea. So that's all there is to it. So to make this now, let's look and see what will happen. Let's get rid of this first one. And let's see what's going to happen when we say make it. Okay, for you newbies out there, you may not know what's going to happen, but look right here what happens. When we just say make it like that, this text gets put anywhere that Cricut Design Space wants to put it. And that's not how I want it at all. So I'm going to cancel this. And what I need to do is I need to grab all of it, and I can either flatten it or attach it. Now if I flatten it, it's going to turn it into a print then cut. You see all these layers over here? When I flatten this, it's going to turn it into one layer and it's a print then cut. But that would be perfect if I was making a card. But I'm not making a card, so I'm going to undo that. And rather than flattening it, I'm going to grab everything and I'm just going to say attach. And now it is still in its layers, but when we go to make it, this text is going to stay exactly where I want it to be. It says, try to be like the turtle, happy in your own shell. Isn't that cute? I just think this is the cutest SVG. So I hope you liked this week's free SVG and this short tutorial. Thank you so much for being one of my patrons, and I'll see you again next week.